annual Kwanzaa celebration. I thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We are coming to you live in person and virtual for everyone to be able to enjoy this performance tonight. Stay tuned and enjoy.
Hey, how you doing? Is this the Sankofa Christmas celebration?
This is Sankofa, but this is the actual Kwanzaa celebration. So Christmas was yesterday. Kwanzaa started today, the 26th of December. So we're going to be doing this for Kwanzaa is from December 26th until January 1st.
Oh, December 26th to January 1st.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's just long enough for us to practice our 7 principles of Kwanzaa, which are the Nguzo Saba. Nguzo Saba, that is Swahili for the 7 principles, and that's what we celebrate during Kwanzaa.
Nguzo Saba?
Yeah.
7 principles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what you doing over there? Look like you making some presents or something. No, why you just don't buy me?
Well, that's defeating the whole process of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is all about creativity. It's all about using what you have self-sufficiently to unite with your community.
Yeah. We definitely need that, right? We all need to unite. Oh, well, you're talking about creativity.
Yes.
I like that word. What kind of creative stuff do you do during the Kwanzaa celebration?
We have a whole bunch of things during Kwanzaa. We celebrate doing singing, we dance, we have some drumming. We have African dancing and drumming. Would you like to see that?
Yes.
Why don't you stay?
Where is that?
You can have a seat and stay for our dancing and drumming.
Can't wait for that.
Good evening, everyone. Again, welcome to our annual Kwanzaa celebration. We're going to go ahead and get started tonight with a little Sankofa African Drum and Dance Company. We're home tonight. This is what we do. We look forward to this event. Even though it's virtual, it's a little different this year. We are still going to celebrate the principles and do what we normally do here at the Inner City Crosslead. So this is Sankofa. We're just going to do a couple short numbers tonight for you. We're going to start off for you with a piece called Nulamba. Thank you. We're gonna move on. Our next piece, I think we're gonna do a piece called Sunu. Sunu comes from the country of Mali, West Africa. It's a real short little sweet piece called Sunu. All right, we're gonna finish up with our last piece. This is a pretty old school piece. We've been doing this for 20 plus years. This is called Iboon. Sankofa.
Hold up. How we do this?
Well, see, that is one of the best things that I love to watch is our African drummers and dancers at Sankofa. They dance. There's a lot of practice that goes into that. You're starting out good. But
Yeah, I'm already tired already.
Right, exactly.
So what else do you do? You got drumming, you got dancing, you got seems like so much art and you got acting.
We
A little bit.
don't have too much acting
Yeah.
now.
Singing?
We do have singing.
Well, let me ask you though. What is this about?
This is our Kanara. A Kanara it holds our candles for the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, and we do a candlelighting ceremony. So we have to light our 7 candles for every day of Kwanzaa. Since we're only here for today, we're going to light all 7 of our candles today. We're going to do our candlelighting ceremony now. Would you like to stay for that?
Of course.
All right. If you'd like to, you can light the first candle for us.
Sure.
I'm positive.
Well, I'm assuming it's the black one, because black is always first.
The black one is in the middle because that is the first one, and the first candle is being lit for unity. So we have all of our candle lighters come up to the stage so we can do our candle lighting ceremony now.
This is the first principle?
That is the first principle of Kwanzaa. So again, we have 7 principles. That is called our Nguzo Saba. The first principle of Kwanzaa is Umoja, unity. You can talk to everyone about what that means.
All right. All right, everyone. All right. Our first principle, Kwanzaa, Umoja, unity. Definitely need unity, right? The principle of Umoja, unity, asks and urges us to think rationally and act accordingly, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race, and by extension, the whole world. For it teaches a deep sense of relatedness, togetherness, oneness in the world, and a constant concern, work and struggle for common good and the well-being of the world and all in it. This is great. Unity, emotion.
So after you say the principle and what it means, we're going to light our first candle, which again is the black one. Perfect. If we have some other candle lighters, say the rest of our 7 principles.
I can go down. Okay. I'm the second principle of Kwanzaa, Kuja Chagalia, self-determination. The principle of Kuja Chagalia, self-determination, asks and urges us to define ourselves, name ourselves, create ourselves, and speak for ourselves, and to respect the right of other peoples to do the same. It is a claim and commitment to freedom in its fullest and varied forms and dignity-affirming, life-changing, and world-preserving ways. It is about appreciating and speaking our special culture, truth to the world, and bring forth our own unique contribution to initiating a new history of humankind as French Landon challenged us.
On the third principle of Kwanzaa, Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujima calls on us to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. It is a call for the cooperative creation of the good community, society, and where we all want and must work and struggle for in varied and ultimate victorious ways. Ujima.
The fourth principle of Kwanzaa is Ujama. Ujama asks and urges us to build and maintain our stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. It puts forth the foundational principles and practices of shared work and shared wealth in the world. And it opposes the plunder, pollution, and depletion of the shared resources of the earth and monopoly of wealth for the few at the expense of the shared goods of the society and the world that belongs to all in common. Ujama.
The fifth principle of Kwanzaa is Nia, purpose. The principle of Nia acts as it urges us to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. It is a call to greatness based in moral conceptions of ourselves, our needs and aspirations, and our obligations to place our knowledge, resources, and righteous and relentless efforts in the service of people, the shared interest of humanity, and the well-being of the world. Nia.
Kaumba is the sixth principle of Kwanzaa, and that is creativity. Kaumba calls on us to do always as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. And it reminds us that we belong to concentric circles of community as members of the global African community, humanity, and the world. Indeed, our ancestors called us in Swahili not only Watu, which is human beings, but also Walimwengu, which is world beings. And they taught us in the Apian ethical imperative, a Saruj Tuck, to constantly repair, renew, and remake the world, making it more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it, and leaving it as a rich legacy for those who come after us. Kaumba, creativity.
I'm the seventh principle of Kwanzaa, Imani, faith. Imani reminds us of the indispensable foundation of confident, righteous, and rewarding belief, calling on us to believe with all our heart and people, our parents, our leader, our teacher, in the righteousness of victory of our struggle. Indeed, there is no for real relevant righteousness moving forward without faith in our people, for parents, leaders, teachers, and all other who are beautiful, good, essential to our lives. Teachers, composite parts, and representatives of our people. It is faith in our people and service to them that grounds our lives, gives meaning to our work, and victorious movements to our struggle. And we must believe in the righteousness and victory of our people, regardless of delays, disappointments, setbacks, distortions, and evictions. For reason and excuses and endless kinds, for there is no substitute for freedom, no altar to justice, no possibilities for good. Life and future, no forgotten rights, relentlessness, and victorious struggle. Imani.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Our candlelighting ceremony.
I think I know a whole lot more than that.
One thing I don't know is, what is your name, sir?
Name my name. Well, my name is Eric.
Eric,
Yes.
nice to meet you, Eric.
You too. What you say your name was?
Kristen.
Did you say that?
I did not.
Okay,
But I
then
just did, so
there
that's
you
what
go.
it is. So again, the principle that I had was creativity. And that's one of my favorite principles of Kwanzaa because it allows us to use what we have inside to express ourselves in a very creative way.
Yes.
So you spoke something about acting earlier.
Well, yeah, I do a little acting here and there, you know. Actually, let me you don't mind, I can show you a little something.
What do you guys think? You guys think?
Just a little bit. I know that. You put me on the spot, Kristen. All right, well, in acting class, my creative class, I do this monologue called Denmark Bessie. Everybody knows what Denmark Bessie, who Denmark Bessie is, or heard of him? This ex-slave, revolted, and got caught, unfortunately, right? And died at an early age. So, I'm gonna do this. You mind if I take this down a little bit? As long as I stay away from you, right? What are you waiting for? A full house? You want to really make the spectacle a big one, do you? Where's the quota? At least a dozen heads. Will there be a full-dress parade with the drum and bugle corps playing the national anthem? Or will you force little black children to watch and remember what happened to bags when they are no longer good? Is that the example you're setting? You're the masters at the greatest trick of a civilized race. How to take savagery and rape and cruelty and make it respectable. You hide behind the law and the Bible. But when you can no longer use that law, you'll throw it away and get a new one. You might change the sound and the look and the words, but it would still be the same old thing. And we'll be the ones who have to pay the price for your barbarity. But when on God's earth, will you do the right thing because it's the right thing and not because the wrong doesn't work any longer? You blaspheme against God and His holy word. Use the Bible and the laws of man and nature to commit genocide. If this was an English court and I stood condemned by the crown, that would have a logic, that though it would be, it would lie within the realm of British history as a fact to be faced, to be dealt with, to be expected, but not the sons and daughters of the revolution. Not the children of the men who died at Valley Forge. Not the country whose most precious holiday, the 4th of July, which is just 2 days away, is a celebration of freedom from tyranny. Give me liberty, or give me death. Indeed. Woo! I think I have to keep it alive with that one.
That was very powerful.
Thank you, I appreciate
That
that.
right there is creativity in the making.
Wow, you know, the dancers up here and the drummers, and you know, you start to feel your ancestors see your blood, and you know, it's a great thing.
Yeah, we're not even finished yet. We're nowhere near finished.
You're not finished
So
yet.
one thing that I love to do, like I said, to express myself creatively, is to write. I love to write poetry. And so we have a young man here that I would like to introduce to everyone that's going to do some spoken word. His name is Mr. Stephen Bowen.
How y'all doing? Happy harvest, everybody. actually, not to sound redundant, but it's Mbuzu Saba. That's pretty much what I called it. It's just a piece pretty much going in depth about what we're celebrating and why we celebrate. I don't think I need the mic. Originated in 1966, but the roots run deeper. A bitter taste from tradition, we needed something sweeter. Fresh fruit for the harvest, for any man of color who wants to be a part of it. No exclusion of growth, 7 principles that make it the starter kit. First, we observe umoji, which means simply to unify. We've come to understand the strength that lie in numbers we can't deny. The second is kuji chagalia, determination of the mind. Once you emancipate yourself from mental slavery, you'll see the jewels are so much easier to find. And once you find them, then we all do. And that's the beauty of this next word, ujima. Let us not forsake our responsibility to our brother while we work. You see, while building and maintaining a community is greater than ourselves, we must also remember ujama. This is to ensure our cultural and generational wealth. And what's purpose without wealth? Better yet, what's wealth without purpose? Nia is to figure it out and understand that collective vocation towards collective development is worth it. We're building, but we still need all the blocks we can get. The next one is Kwanzaa. Collectively, our creativity is the only way that will change the inhabitable ways that we inherit. And when the progress is made, we must cherish it. But that's the beauty of this last principle. Because even though progress seems like it's so far away, we must hold on to Imani. Because we understand that there are no limitations to our faith. While strengthened and empowered by the Most High, our Baba, we must always remember the 7 principles that help us push us culturally, and also known as the Mbuzu Saba. Thank you. This next one I'm gonna do is I actually wrote this pretty much just looking at the culture. Actually, I'm gonna take these off if you don't mind. Just looking at the state of the culture, looking at our youth. I felt like I was compelled to write this piece. This piece is just called Where's the Morality? This era today is in need of a mobile that is God sent. Poor kids that can't read, can't see the fine print. Doped up, heavily deceived, to leave them blind, man, creating a nation of the blind, leading the blind man. Take away the fathers, just to reinvent your mindset. Only to normalize being 21 and not knowing your dad yet, creating patterns in us that we don't see as habitual. Murders and kidnappings like a part of a ritual. They got hit and saw that they couldn't win with the physical, afraid of our minds, so they trained us to be predictable. Throw us in the hood and treat us like savages. And wonder why our homies' body count is higher than Wilkes' averages, and still we don't know true love, and that's what true sadness is. Lacking self-control and nowhere near the road to mastery. I'm just trying to throw a pebble in this pond, praying I create a river. How do you take away one's rights and expect him to remain civil? That's like breaking one's limbs and complaining that he's crippled and telling him to get over it as if recovery is ever simple. Listen. Black Wall Street, June 1st, 1920. I apologize. God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not at all. All right, I'm gonna throw a pebble in the pond, praying I create a river. How do you take away one's rights and expect them to remain civil? That's like breaking one's limbs and complaining that he's crippled, and then telling him to get over it as if recovery is ever attempted. Example, June 21st, 1921, is that ring a bell? They insisted that blacks get their own away, and then were angered when we prevailed. They dropped bombs and fired missiles just to see to it that we failed. Couldn't fathom the thought of blacks succeeding without compelled. Cultural homicide, yet it was beyond the extent. Propaganda of blacks daily, we read a black and white print. For us, rules were never meant to be broken, just bent. That's why simple traffic stopped the lens to 25 in the state pen. And what are the odds? of going back to jail afterwards because you can't get a job. No reparations for the blacks. So for money we rob, not justifiable, but what would you do if you weren't given a shot? Exactly. Because I know when you know that privilege is real. And I'm reminded daily that my melanin builds resistance to feel. Destroy our pride first and give us the bullets to kill. We compete with our own brothers while we play in the field. They said self-awareness was the key, so they distorted our view. We kings and queens, but now it's so hard just to recognize truth. This ain't the way royalty live. It can't be after what you've been through. So they're manipulating our future leaders while they're still in their youth. So, I ask a question, where's the morality? I know they say your perception is your reality, but it seems like injustice has become our normality. I'm not speaking on the things I perceive, just the issues we perceive. Where's the morality? Thank you. The next piece, I wrote this pretty much this year has been different. I ain't gonna lie, it's definitely been a different kind of year. Just trials, deaths, COVID, quarantine, gluttony, obesity, you know, because of the COVID. I don't know about y'all, but it definitely started affecting me. So, but all jokes aside, this year has definitely been treacherous. So I kind of felt compelled to write this piece just to encourage everybody to keep on pushing. And this piece is called The Intimidation of Life. All right? Life be having me involved, but often feeling left out. I try and walk around with my chin up and my chest up, but I feel like every day is something, so often I let it breath out. Just to breathe in another, got a cycle to stress out. I live through pain, that ain't nothing new to me. I got a force field for this life, can't nothing get through to me. You say you tired of walking the walk, well please give your shoes to me, because mine are all worn out after the walk, like this shoe to me. But even if I don't get more, I'll walk this thing with a bare foot. This is a life that I can't make up, so I embrace it with a bare look. Some of us barely getting by, while some life got shook. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to figure out how to get back after everything life took. 2020, it's one for the books. They done stirred up so much this year, Bet America showing love to their cooks. A chef's kiss for everyone affected. But I'm feeling the need to up the ante because my people still ain't getting the message, so I'm screaming, message! Like my name Keenan. Weighing in on the problems just as fast as you can feed them. Hold on to your stances if you can keep them. And fill out these obstacles like Braille and read them. Please listen, I ain't preaching. I'm just saying, don't be intimidated. I know it's hard, that's not to be debated. But I promise there's a resolution for that problem once you face it. And remember, it's really hard to find yourself if you look at while you're frustrated. Don't be intimidated. Thank you. I got one more piece, it's actually to a track. It's a little, I like this piece. It's actually one of my favorite pieces I wrote. This is Be Free. This J. Cole had a cover, I guess we're allowed, I should probably say I don't want copyrights. J. Cole had a cover to, this is pretty much a cover to J. Cole's song, but it's just called Be Free. Actually, just listen. Jerry. Gotcha, never mind. Yelling, give us free like CK. True to my roots, cool to Kente. But I'm wondering if the women on the power stroke the pen ever consider what life would be like on this day. Did they know that from the dirt we rise? Like we have y'all on our side. Divinity living in me, he created us purposefully. See my kind, we built the last, built the bloom like the blaze of evergreen. Embrace the imagery and you'll see that our aura is damn near heavenly. We got the keys, we hold on to dear love, and we expel it out passionately. It's true, despite all, barely preyed upon past. I said, our kind we built like everlast. Don't mistake that for last ever, so we can never go extinct. Our women got the E gene, and after us, that's the end. Can you ever imagine life without us? If we compare pride, I swear to God, we the proudest. True fighters at heart, check the facts. We implode with pride and like a bomb. It's just a matter of time before we explode to the masses. It's time out now, just for giving out passes. There's no reason that this ignorance is still lasting. Starving of our essence in our presence. They don't recognize their blessings. We created their heaven on earth in return. All we got are lessons. Lessons of fallacies and manipulation. Only tales of tribulation, flood of memories from early childhood teachers. False narratives instilled in us. Then they tell us we're reaching if we would have ever reached for anything they weren't feeding. Forget the silver spoon, man, just give me some keys. I just want to see the day that all my brothers are free. I don't sleep much, so I don't care about the American dreams. Tired of well-masked schemes. We all know slavery ain't in with the 13th Amendment. After 400 years, our freedom's still pending. We call that free-ish. As I convince the white man that he should be accepting me. We can live like free men, but the privilege is sold separately. Oh, we all alone, fighting on our own. Please give me a chance. I don't wanna dance. Something's got me down, but I will stand my ground. Don't just stand around. Don't just stand around. And I'm gonna do some rhythm and rap with y'all, 'cause I know we all feel this way. All we wanna do is be free, right? Let me just hear y'all sing. See, all we wanna do is take the chains off. And all we wanna do is take the chains off, yeah. And all we wanna do is be free. And all we wanna do is be free, just like that. And all we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is take the chains off, yeah. And all we wanna do is be free. And all we wanna do, I can't hear y'all one more time, let me hear y'all. All we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is take the chains off. And all we wanna do is be free. And all we wanna do is be free. One more time. All we wanna do is take the chains off. All we wanna do is take the chains off. Yeah. And all we wanna do is be free. All we wanna do is be free. Thank you, it's Steve. Appreciate y'all.
Let me hear it again. That was great. Great.
So proud and happy for what just happened on the stage tonight. Everything, all this unity, all this creativity, all of this self-determination, all of this collective work and responsibility, all of this beauty on this stage tonight.
It's great. It's great. I mean, I'm glad it's in Christmas. It's Kwanzaa. Love it. Love it.
Absolutely.
You gotta go with snacks.
Well,
Gotta be smart.
we do have one.
We have dancing. We have spoken word. We got a little acting. We have some drumming. We gotta get some singing. We gotta get some singing in
That's
there.
one thing that I've never been able to do. I can't shut up. I cannot sing at all. So we're going to welcome Miss Amani Mason to the stage. You guys want to hear a songbird? Want to hear it? Here you go.
Songbird. 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 Songbird.
Hello, everybody. Hello to the viewers. So excited to be able to be a part of this program. Thank you, Mr. Mike. I just came to sing some songs for you guys about Kwanzaa. And bear with us, we're gonna get everything situated. We're gonna start with our welcome song.
think the mic was on. That was what the problem was. But was I loud enough? Did you guys hear it?
That was good for the mic.
Okay, thank you. So the next one. So I had 2 more songs I'm gonna do. This next one just talks about Kwanzaa again, which is how we celebrate. So I think having this opportunity, I just said, like, thanks to Mr. Mike, I think it was so awesome. I didn't know anything about Kwanzaa, really. You hear about it, you learn about it slightly in school, but it was an opportunity for me to learn more with looking into new songs and learning new things. And I thought it was so cool how when I was looking up songs to sing, found out for the seasoned folk in here, Teddy Pig. That's a song about Kwanzaa, y'all. Teddy Pendergrass, that was a song about Kwanzaa. So I'm gonna just end off with that, and I hope you guys enjoy.
cry. All right, so I'm gonna ask some questions, and if you know the answer, if you know the correct answer, then you will get a gift. All right, everybody looking alive now. When is Kwanzaa celebrated? What date? December 26th to January 1st? There you go. Yep.
Let's grab it right there. There you go. What does that mean?
Kwanzaa 2020.
That's what I'm talking about.
Does anybody remember the name of the founder of Kwanzaa?
Dr. Moringa.
Moringa, yes. What year was Kwanzaa founded? 1966? Yeah.
What's it?
Somebody different.
I get it.
I don't need another one.
You take that.
All right, so let's see. What language is the word Kwanzaa derived from? I heard a bunch of
You
voices.
said it. You said it. You said it.
It was a lot of people who said it.
All right, here you go.
Last but not least, what is the Swahili name that refers to the 7 principles of Kwanzaa? What are the 7 principles called in Swahili? Wait. Say it loud, say it proud. Say it loud, say it proud. Yes.
Yeah. Don't be scared.
So I know you guys can smell it, right?
Yeah.
Y'all smell it? That's gotta be probably my favorite part of Kwanzaa, is the feast. So we have a feast that's been catered by Miss Marie Stanfield. And again, thank you all so much for coming out. I
Yes.
hope you guys enjoy.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Enjoy the feast.